right? Yeah, like you might not even show up for that meeting, right? And it's tragic, and it kills motivation, right? When you go from 30 people in that first meeting to 10 people in that second meeting to 5 people in that next meeting, you put so much time and energy into recruiting those people. You knocked on doors, you went out to church, you found the daily massers, you found that the Wednesday Bible study groups or whatever it was that you did. You really put a lot of time and energy into finding these people, and for some reason, they don't have this passion about this. And why not? Because any rational person that heard 1.7 million people were dying every year would go, wow, what can I do to solve this problem? I mean, how can I, history's been thrust upon us. We have the greatest, epic moment in history where millions are dying and an ideology is killing an entire generation of people, and I'm not doing anything about it. How do I get involved? How do I change this? How do I fix this problem? And yet, these people don't do anything. And why is that? And the research I've read indicates that for the most part, there's two problems. One is a quantity problem, and the second is a quality problem. The first part is that most people defer to somebody else. They think that somebody else will take care of it. And they've done a number of studies where if you're the only person, if you know you're the only person that can respond to a victim of an attack, 90% of the time you'll go in and help. But if you're one of 13 people that can respond to a victim, you're only 33% likely to go in and respond and help. And similarly, in political studies, what they've seen is that wealthy people generally don't end up with the not in my backyard syndrome, or the not in my backyard problem, right? That they will go out and affect political change in a way that poor people won't. But the reality is their votes are worth the same, right? So what's the difference? And what they find is that it's not actually a money thing. It's a belief of the wealthy that they can change the system, and a belief of the poor that they're stuck where they are. So the two problems are, one, people defer to others, they buck pass, and the second is that they don't think they can make a difference. So how do you get them believing that they can make a difference? And this is why most people don't come back to that second meeting. The problem is, first, you need a vision. The second part is, you've got to have a plan, and then that lets you have an organization that pulls people from the public. So you've got a plan here. This is supposed to be an arrow, just in case anyone's curious, that leads you to this vision. And most people are weak here. Most people don't have a plan for engaging individuals. So they show up to that first meeting, they don't know that they can get involved, they don't feel like they can make a difference, and they don't see where their part in the play is. So it would be like Microsoft or Google saying, we're going to change the world, create better software, but we don't know how. Are you interested? Google's one of the best recruiters out there. They basically snag every top PhD student. But do you think it's just because of the name? No, it's because these people really, like Google has a mission of categorizing and locating every piece of information in the world. That's their mission. That's an intense mission. Wow, think about that. IBM had a mission that said, we're going to put a computer in every home in the country. Like, for somebody that's interested in computers and geeks out about that kind of stuff, that's a great mission. Like, wow, cool, I get to be involved in that. So here's my question. What's the mission and what's the vision of Massachusetts Citizens for Life?
Stop abortion. Save babies.
Or, sorry, what's your organization again, Paul?
Coalition for Marriage and Family.
Okay, we can do 2. What's yours? What's your mission?
Uphold traditional marriage.
Because this is going to be an interesting contrast. Uphold marriage.
Traditional marriage is one man and one woman.
Don't worry, I know what you mean. Like this. I don't need traditional in front of the word to know what it means. It's like me calling this a phone. But have fun making calls on it. But so what else? What are the other aspects of the mission or vision? You can give me details even. What does the world look like in a situation where Coalition for Marriage and Family, or whatever it is, sorry, I'm killing it, but wins, or the Massachusetts Citizens for Life wins?
Elect candidates that have our values.
Good candidates. Sorry if I'm a little black and white sometimes. Oh, I mean, I assume both of you want good candidates.
True.
It's not part of MCFL's mission.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't, yeah,
Can't be part of it.
educational.
Right. C3 versus C4.
Oh, right, you can't say that.
Yeah, we're C4
Yeah.
predominantly.
Gotcha. So what else?
Advocacy, they should lobby on Beacon Hill.
Good judges.
Lobby. What's the vision? Give me more vision details.
I like the value of human life because stop abortion is one part of the value of
Yeah,
human
right.
life.
End of life and respect.
Gina can give you a hug right now. Gene, right?
I'm Jean.
Yes, Gina can give you a hug right now.
Oh,
Because that's the best statement you could have made. Like, that was perfect.
Thank
But I'm going to take a few more, but we'll get back to why I love it.
Teach all the children.
Culture of life.
Educate. Educate all. Right? Everybody.
Healing mission.
Pardon?
Healing mission.
Healing. Yes, we've got a lot of wounded people out there, don't we? And I imagine that's probably on both of these sides as well.
And training, things like this.
Training.
I think there's a difference between education and training.
Absolutely.
I think the healing and forgiving is really important.
Promote a culture of life and sanity.
I wish I could have gotten the PowerPoint to work because, well, I don't have to, I can actually show you on a display. But and I'll see if I can do that while I talk. The reality of social movements, especially in the 20th century, is that we've seen quite a number that have been very successful, right? We've seen the promotion of marriage. It's been quite successful in where it's been done. We've seen the promotion of green environmentalism. That's been very successful. Gay rights has been very successful, which is confusing when you say, but marriage has also been successful. It's kind of bizarre, right? But there's one interesting one that I think is really profound, and it really occurs in the 21st century. The ending capital punishment was completely unsuccessful for the entirety of the 20th century. And does anybody know what the issue changed to in the 21st, at the beginning of the 21st century? It changed to innocence advocacy. And it's become radically more effective in ways that you couldn't even describe, the positive numbers for it. And no death tax actually, for the most part, talks about promoting family business, right? That's their real goal. It's not that we want to get rid of the death tax. They do well because no death sounds good, but it's like a positive at the end. But really what's interesting is that if you were to compare anti-tax versus pro-gay rights, the interesting thing is that one will fulfill Maslow's hierarchy. Anybody, do you all know Maslow's hierarchy? Essentially that people need fulfillment, that they need food, shelter, and security, that they need companionship, that there's a hierarchy of these things. And for the most part, Americans have the bottom. Like we essentially have food, security, shelter. For the most part, we can find other people that share common values and beliefs, and we've got lots of organizations out there to do that. But the critical aspect that most Americans are looking for, and I think everyone to some degree is looking for, is fulfillment. That, am I a whole person? Have I accomplished something with my life? And the problem with what I think the pro-life movement has essentially been for a very long time is this. What are you going to tell your grandkids you accomplished? You really think people are going to believe in 100 years that people were killing babies? Like if we were to win and create a pro-life culture, it would be inconceivable. Abortion would be inconceivable, right? And then, what are you going to tell people you accomplished?
If you do it, who cares?
Oh, but you're in this room. We got to get people outside of this room, right? We've got to get a message. Well, yeah, but we've got to get a message that will spread. There's a really interesting, I don't know how many of you read The Tipping Point, but I mean, it's a pretty simple study in virology, right? It's a pretty simple study in exponential growth. Yeah, well, there we go. What a great message from Massachusetts. There are two men that set out on the evening that Paul Revere sets out on, right? And I don't know how many of you know this from history. Maybe here you learned this. I didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
But one goes north and one goes west or something, and the one that goes north, like no one ever heard of since. I mean, at least in the rest